In this video, I'll show you how to find the stores that are currently running a sale on BrickLink and how you can turn that into an opportunity for your own store. You'll find this in the menu under Store Discounts. Here's the idea. Every few hours, we check every store on BrickLink to see which ones have a sale running. We pick up any new sale and we also pick up any change to a sale that started earlier. So when a store drops its prices, you'll know about it quickly and you can look at whether there's something worth buying before everyone else does. Let's start with the filters at the top. The first one is the country the store is in. By default, you see every country, but you can narrow it down to your own if you'd rather buy locally and keep the shipping short. Next to it is the item type. By default, we show sales on anything, but if you're only interested in minifigures, for example, you can keep just the stores that have actually discounted their minifigures, rather than a store running a sale on instructions. Then there's Ships To. If you've connected your BrickLink account to BL metrics, we know which country your store is in, so we automatically show you only the stores that will ship to you. That's on by default because it saves you finding a great sale you can't order from. But you can turn it off anytime if you want the full picture. And there's a text filter too if you're just looking for one store by name. Below that, you get a few range filters, and these work exactly like the range filters everywhere else in BL metrics. You can set a minimum and a maximum on the typical discount, on the deepest discount, on the number of lots on sale, and on the coverage. So if you only care about serious sales, you might ask for a typical discount of at least 15% on at least 1,000 lots. Anything smaller stays out of your way. Now let's look at the table itself. For each store, you get the name and a short description of what the sale actually is, which item types are discounted and by how much. If the sale has changed since it started, you'll see that too, with the current discount and what it was before the change. Then come the numbers. Typical is the discount applied to the largest number of lots, so it's the rate that best represents the sale. Deepest is simply the biggest discount in the store, and it's worth remembering that it might apply to a single lot, so don't judge a sale on that number alone. Lots on sale is how many lots are discounted, and coverage is what share of the whole store that represents. A store at 90% coverage is running a sale on nearly everything. A store at 5% has put a handful of lots on offer. Finally, you get the started column, which tells you when the sale began and the last change. If nothing has moved since the sale started, you'll simply see unchanged. A change can be a few different things. The store raised or lowered the percentage, or added an item type that wasn't discounted before, or extended the sale to more lots than it originally covered. Click on any row and you get the full detail, and this is where it gets genuinely useful. Here's a simple one. This sale is unchanged since it started, the typical rate is 5% off, and it covers 94% of the store. Parts and instructions are all at 5%. Straightforward, and you know exactly what you're looking at. Now here's a more interesting one. This sale started 3 days ago and covers 71% of the store. Most of it is 11% off on parts and instructions, but minifigures are at 30% and gears at 11%. And 3 hours ago, the store increased the discount on instructions, which went from 11 to 17%. You also get the distribution for each item type, which is the part I'd pay attention to. On parts, this store has 5% off on about 1,000 lots, 11% off on nearly 5,000, and 17% off on almost 4,000. So a single headline number would have hidden most of what's going on. Instructions break down the same way. Now you know exactly what the sale looks like rather than guessing from an average, and you can follow how a sale has moved over time. Take this store with 2 changes. The sale started 3 days ago, then the discount on parts was actually reduced from 20% down to 3%, and after that the scope changed and the sale was extended to more of the store. That's useful context. A sale getting shallower is a very different signal from a sale getting deeper, and at 3%, this one probably isn't worth your time. So once you've found a store that looks promising, you have 2 ways in. Click the store name and you get the full store page with the whole inventory analysis, which is the right move if you want to understand the store before you commit. Or click Start Arbitrage, and it opens the manual arbitrage tool with that store already selected. Set your markup, run it, and you'll see straight away whether there's anything worth buying. I won't go into arbitrage here, so have a look at our store arbitrage video if you want the detail on that. And that's it for the store discounts tool. Filter down to the sales that matter to you, check the breakdown before you commit, and go straight into arbitrage from there. Because every store is checked every few hours, you'll see new sales soon after they start, which is usually what makes the difference. I hope that helps, and see you in the next video.